Hello everyone. Let me first put a smile on your face. This is my how manyth attempt of a live stream, and I have to delete it every time because one of my kids burst into the room telling me about somebody's poop. so I realize I have to take myself less seriously and let life be. This is when you're a mom at home. You can be with them the whole day, and when you want 5 minutes, because these streams are only 5 minutes, you cannot get that. But anyway, let's get into the word. I want to read for you from Hebrews 10, verse 38. But the just shall live by faith. And in the Amplified, it says a few things, and then it says, and if he draws back and shrinks in fear, my soul has no delight or pleasure in him. You know, we know Hebrews 11, verse 6 so well, that God is pleased with faith. But the opposite is also true, that when we shrink back in fear, that he has no delight in that. And I was having a conversation with a friend this morning, and I was just pondering on faith again. And taking a step in faith can often be quite scary, because we have to trust that the decision that we make is the right thing. Now, in one sense, I want to encourage you and say that there is no wrong decision that you can make. But also in the other sense, we know that there is wrong decisions we can make. So let's qualify that. You know, the grace and the mercy of God is so vast and so great that I truly believe that when our hearts are sold out to Him, that we can make decisions in faith. And whatever decisions we make, I believe that God will steward or steer those decisions in the right direction, even if we went off track. You know, we often have just a limited vision of the day and maybe the year ahead of us, but God has our whole life in front of Him, and He sees and He knows it all. And in that perspective, you know, we have quite a bit of, I almost want to say, moving space of making decisions and making wrong choices. But we are always bound up, I want to say, in this net of grace. And we know that if we fall and we make a mistake, that His grace is there to catch us. Now, I don't want to make, you know, decisions based on the fact that His grace is just going to catch me. So, you know, let me make wrong decisions with confidence all the time. No, of course we seek His heart. But there are sometimes those times that we are not 100% sure that we've heard Him right. So the first thing I want to explain to you is that make sure that your heart is sold out to God. Give it all to Him. Surrender it all to Him. You know, when you surrender, I really want to say, whatever decision you make, God will steer you in the right direction. Second of all, His grace and His cross is so vastly greater, and the price that He paid is so vastly greater than any mistake that we can make, that there is no mistake that you can make that is irrevocable, that is unredeemable. His blood paid so that everything that we do is actually, the price has been paid. You have been already redeemed, and therefore your life as well. Then I want to say, search His heart. Search His heart and know His heartbeat. And then do not hold God accountable to speak to you in just a certain way. You know, sometimes we want answers from God and we want Him to speak in a certain way if we've asked Him a question. Allow Him to show you something, and then take that step of faith. By faith, believe that He has spoken to you. And I tell you, friends, you know, decisions small or great, the process is no different. We think with bigger decisions that we are more easily to mess up our lives. We also messed up without God. That doesn't matter whether it's a small or a big thing. Our decisions have the potential to mess up really badly. But because of the grace of God, and when we are sold out, when our hearts belong to Him, decisions small or great are all the same. He will catch us. His grace will hold us. His grace will steer us. His mercy will show us the way. So today, put your trust in Him. It's not so much about whether that you have to trust that you are making the right decision. Can you trust God to hold you in His hand and be with you with whatever path you take? I hope this helps in your decision making today. May you be blessed.